Coming from the community that Mega Evers lived in, to going to school right across the street from the Fannie Lou Hamer Library, to walking in my sixth grade classroom and getting Bob Moses. I think that those guys, especially Hollis and other folks, have directly influenced the way that I think about Mississippi, the way that I think about freedom, the way that I think about change, and the way that I think about my role inside of it, and also the way that I think about how do I shape the way that I live and involve myself in this work in a way that I'm able to hand it on to my kids, and also that a way that I'm able to hand it off to the kids that I work with every day as a part of the Young People's Project.
Folks like, Hollis Watkins or Dr. Bob Moses saw that they needed to figure out a way to both capture what was done during the movement and how it was done and use it on other issues. And I don't think everybody captured that. I'm sure there's a lot of folks who just kind of kept on saying the same stuff but didn't necessarily change how they were going about doing it. And I think the folks who kind of broke off and created their own organizations or started doing organizing in other kinds of ways kind of realized, well, we got all these other issues and we could use what we learned from going after voting rights, going after the Civil Rights Act.
Southern ECHO is a leadership development, education, and training organization. Provides training and technical assistance to individuals and organizations throughout Mississippi and the South. What gave rise to Southern ECHO was I began to be called upon. The more work I did, the more work folk was calling on me to do all across the state. And I realized that I could not meet nowhere near the requests of the people that were calling on me. So I decided that I needed to start some kind of organization or some kind of institute by which I could share my knowledge, experience, work with, help others develop to where they could take on some of the responsibility and do a lot of the work that people were requesting me. So that's what gave rise, to Southern ECHO. The training and technical assistance we provide to people, we do it in a large variety of areas. We do it in all areas pertaining to politics, from redistricting to how bills become law, duties and responsibilities of all different elected officials. We also work with people who are working on environmental issues. Under our environmental umbrella, we work with small farmers, teaching them how to produce their crops using organic and sustainable ag practices. We also work with people who are working on educational issues that are trying to make the educational institutions more accountable. We promote an intergenerational model of doing work that grew right out of the civil rights movement, because when we look at the areas by which young people and older people were working together in harmony, more progress was made in those areas than within the areas where you had the older people doing their thing or the younger people doing their thing separately. So wanting to profit by that experience, we push and promote intergenerational model of doing work. We use community organizing as a foundational piece, and understanding and knowing that anything that you attempt to do, to the degree it is organized, will partially determine the degree of success that you make.